close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. See the horizon, turn us to thousands, and we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us.
All right. Well then. We've got a lot to talk about today, haven't we? We've got a lot to talk about. I hope you are all doing very well. How's it going, everyone? Well. We've got a lot to talk about, haven't we? So we're going to kickstart straight into this stream. It's obviously right now, it's all going very. It's all very eventful, ain't it, for Argyle right now? But hope you're all doing very, very well today. And I we don't need to turn that on because it's not a new stream.
Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. But hope you're all doing very, very well. Obviously, I'm the only Argyle fan here today. I am joined by Daryl, so great to have Daryl
Well,
on. But
just giving you a bit of company, really. The other two
giving me a
aren't
bit
free.
of company, which is absolutely great. But how are you doing, Andrew Shakespeare? Hope you're doing very, very well. But we are live today for the review for Birmingham City.
I heard you like good books.
Yeah. very nice one there. But yeah, we are live today for the review for Birmingham City versus Plymouth Argyle, where another last-minute heartbreak for Argyle. Very, very upsetting. Obviously, I think a lot of Argyle fans are pretty are obviously some of them are pretty upset for the the reasons that we shouldn't have lost the game. I'm obviously going to say we did not deserve to lose the game, but yeah, can't go in too far because a lot of people will get toxic. So that's all I have to say. But honestly, I'm going to be honest here. It's one of them games where we deserved more. We deserved more from this game. And we didn't get it. We didn't push hard enough. And we let a little mistake cost us. We let a little mistake cost us at the end. And it's heartbreaking. But honestly, you've got to really look at it and say, how did we really let that slip? Honestly, that was probably one of the worst. Well, it was a pretty bad mistake from Gibson at the end. But honestly, we couldn't put our chances away. We had decent possession. We dominated them for possession for most of the game. That second half, we were so much better than them. Our chances were absolutely fantastic. But you've got to give fair play to Birmingham City because they were clinical. They put their chances away, and they defended very, very well. And they hit us on the counter and they broke us down. So you've got to give fair respects to them, and fair respects to the Birmingham City fans because I thought they were pretty decent. And honestly, fair plays because you got the 3 points, we got 0 points. There you go, and we took the L. So fair enough. Honestly, they were brilliant. So, but honestly, obviously we're reviewing Argyle here today, but the way we played very well, and that's the most annoying thing. But it's heartbreaking that you have to lose in this fashion, and you feel like you should have got way more than what you actually got from the game. I felt like we should have definitely got a point from that game, or we should have definitely got. Maybe we could have got a last-minute vital winner, but Birmingham ended up getting the last-minute winner, and it ended up giving us another heartbreak, which is very, very annoying. And I just hope we can learn from that, and I just hope we can really, really learn from it. And it's a massive one to take, really. But big learning curve for us, and I hope that we can hopefully pick up from that game and build on to the next game, which is Blackburn Rovers. Honestly, draw would have been a fair result, but you guys need to learn quickly in this league that it's all about both boxes. Your defense is very easy to play against. Yeah. We're not used to playing a fullback. Obviously, throughout last year, we was playing a 5-back. We was pretty solid last season defensively, and I feel like we're still getting used to playing a 4-back. Obviously, Lewis Gibson, Dan Scar, they were good in that game, but the problem was the fullbacks. Joe Edwards, you've got to realistically say, is he good enough for this league? Is Joe Edwards really good enough for this league? I'm going to put a tweet out a little bit later on saying, do you think Joe Edwards will survive the championship this season? My honest opinion, I think in a minute we're going to have to find a new right-back replacement. That's my honest opinion. Period. Joe Edwards, he's a good player. He's a brilliant leader. But you've got to really look at it and say, is he quick enough? Is he quick enough? Has he got the energy? He's in his 30s. And playing at fullback, you would rather think, would anybody else play there? Realistically. So it's annoying, but what can you do? What can you do? And you've got to really look at the next game. Evening lads, welcome Leroy. Hope you're doing very, very well. I know fucking Stansfield. It had to be that prick, didn't it? It had to be that fucking prick. Oh, and I know a lot of Argyle fans were so fucking annoyed about it as well. And I saw a tweet earlier as well. Yes, I think it was 2 days ago. But well, it was a couple hours before the game saying, "Oh, look at bloody Birmingham signing Jay Stansfield, the shitter, and I bet he'll go and score the last minute. I bet he was going to score the winner." Why do you have to jinx it?
I did literally say to Liam, I said to Liam as well, I said, I guarantee you any money, Jay Stansfield playing against you, he'll score last minute for you. It's exactly what happened.
It's a fucking
just
joke.
check I'm not lagging, by the way, because it seems like...
Yeah, you're all good. You're all good.
All right. It's just because
you're all good.
For some reason my phone's lagging one or two times.
Oh, no, you're fine. Yeah. 10 people watching already.
This is the thing with your squad, and I've said this along. You've got loads of players in there that, although we're very, very good in League One, you've got players like Joe Edwards in there. Also the likes of Kesler Hayden has played Championship football, so you've got a little bit of experience in there because he's played with Huddersfield in the past.
Yeah,
but you got the likes of Joe Edwards, who has never played in the EFL Championship. You know, I mean, you've got obviously a bit of Championship experience in there. Kesler Hayden, obviously, Ballymumba, Whitaker, of course, Finnazaz, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, as well. Or as I like to call him.
The thing with Finnazaz is he stopped.
No, sorry, Finnazaz hasn't played in that league. I beg your pardon.
He went into League Two, then obviously played for us in League One, and now I think this is his first season in the Championship.
Yeah, sorry, he hasn't. Yeah, sorry, he hasn't actually played in Championship. I thought he. Where did you get him from?
Obviously he was on loan at Newport for a season. Got Player of the Year there. Next season went to us, and then we got him on loan again. So,
from Newport,
from every single league every year. So basically,
oh right. So I'm thinking of the one club.
He's very young. I think he's 21 or 22. He's very young still.
See, what you need is loads of players that have got a lot of experience. Now, Jordan Houghton also. A defender who
Jordan Houghton, I'm gonna be honest.
Supposed to be a defender, right? Who played in midfield?
Jordan Houghton.
Yeah,
he's always been
according to this, he was playing midfield and he's a defender.
He's always been a midfielder.
Has he? According to this, it says
Jordan
he's a defender.
Houghton's always been like a DM player. He's always been like a DM or centre mid. He's always played there. That's his.
According to this, he's a defender.
Nah, he's always been a midfielder. He has. Love the video, guys. Thank you, Craig. Thank you very, very much.
So what's he like?
You're doing very, very well with your channel, by the way. You're growing very, very quickly. Honestly, fair play to you, and keep it going. Keep it going. Honestly, Edwards is too old. Yeah, John Merrill, spot on about the defense. I felt we controlled the most of the game, but looked dodgy every time you came forward.
Oh yeah, I forgot Yeovil win the Championship. Ugh. So yes, he has played in the Championship. Yeah, but we're going back.
Oh, I didn't know that. Sorry, Cat.
I forgot.
I didn't know that. I completely forgot that Yeovil played in the Championship.
To be honest with you, Yeovil was a massive surprise package, to be honest with you. I don't think anyone expected them to get up to the Championship at the time, but I do remember playing against them. Yeah, we beat them 4-1 at the Riverside.
That was back in 2014.
Then I think we beat them 4-0 away. Yeah, it was like 2014. Actually, 2013-14, I think, because I was actually Borough mascot for that game.
Mad. Sorry about that, Cactus Jack. We really didn't know that
at all. I'm actually glad he's told us that because I completely forgot
same.
about that. Because, I mean, bloody hell, the downfall of Yeovil. What are they now? National League?
They're in the National League South. I can't remember now.
National League, Premier National League. No, I'm sure the National League South now, aren't they? I don't know what's happened.
North or South, yeah, they must be.
I don't know what's happened to them now. Yeah, I'm glad. I'm actually
honestly they've.
I mean, there was no need for the language though, but you know, he was correct. I hold my hands up. I completely forgot.
No,
but to be honest
no
with you,
need
mate,
for the language as
like
well,
yes, he's had championship experience, but there's a subtle difference between the EFL Championship in 2014 compared to now. The championship.
Oh yeah, it's a massive difference.
Tougher and tougher.
He was only 23 back then, so
he'll have been he'll have been like he won't have been. No,
he was in the same team as Luke Ayling. That's what you got to say.
Oh yeah, he's 32.
He was playing more of as a right mid type player. I was just looking at the formation they were playing back then. No, you got to realise now is he's 32 now. He'll be turning 33 in October.
How long's he got left in it?
There's not a lot left in Joe Edwards, and I don't think he will. I don't think he'll last.
I think
I'm going to say I don't think he will last.
I think you could. I mean, I like Joe Edwards, but for me, I think you could do with a right back that's got more experience, or I don't know. It's difficult to say because obviously I'm not an Argyle fan myself.
Yeah,
so it's difficult, sort of.
But honestly, Joe Edwards, I obviously I want to back every single player that plays for us, and I don't like to criticize any players, but I just feel, how long will it be until we end up finding somebody better than Joe Edwards?
I did see that. Tweets about him online. Actually, I did.
I can see us moving one of our players to right back and then playing somebody else at left back. That's what I feel could happen. The fact we had a Cam playing right back, I can't believe he didn't overload that side of the pitch when coming forward. Yeah. I know. I thought I noticed that. When we when I looked at it when I was looking at the pitch, I was like, sure, he's a.
To be honest, and I saw this. I think I saw this. Was this the case against Southampton? But I know this was definitely the case for some of your chances and definitely the goal. But you do play down the right.
Yeah. I thought he was a centre mid, and he was playing on that right hand side. I thought he was because I remembered it. I remember that name and I remember that player.
You don't tend to play a lot down the left. You tend to play down the right mostly.
Yeah,
that's what I've known.
I know he was a former Rangers player, but I was like, why are we not overloading that side? I don't understand when he's on that side. And look, in that second half, Ballymumble was getting so much space. He was literally, you could say he had like fields of space. He had the whole grass around. He had nobody around him. He was, honestly, it was fucking crazy. And we did go on that side quite a lot, but then we pushed to the other side of where Morgan Whittaker was. And I don't know. It's annoying, really. And we should have really carried on pressing on that side. But it's annoying as fuck.
Do you know, I forgot Bakuna was still playing for them. But I didn't. Why? I don't even know why he was playing. Why was he playing right back? Because was Ethan Laird not available? Or
Ethan Laird was injured. I think Ethan Laird was either injured or suspended. I think he might have been injured. But honestly, yeah.
There's been some reason for him to be a right back. It's a very strange decision.
And also, by the way, Cactus Jack account, don't use that language again, or you will be. We will block you from the. We will time you out. So don't use that type of language again, please.
No,
it's not appropriate at all.
Yeah.
It's not appropriate at all, so be careful what you say, okay? But we do. We now understand. We now know that Joe Edwards did play for in the championship for Yeovil, which was a long time ago. But
I mean, it was like 10 seasons ago. So
yeah,
it's been a long time.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. We don't have a fit right back currently. Laird injured, and the two kids who is also a backup also injured. There you go. Thank you, John Merrill. Thank you very much.
That explains.
I'm very surprised. I'm very surprised we didn't we didn't go on that side a lot more. Obviously, Morgan Whittaker was causing a lot of danger on his side as well. But Ballymumba as well was causing a lot of danger on that left-hand side. And his pace was absolutely dominating Acuna. Honestly. He just... This is why I love Ballymumba, because he can obliterate people with so much. He has so much pace, and he can obliterate anyone with his dribbling and his speed. Same with Morgan Whittaker. He's quick, he's skillful, he's brilliant on the ball, and he can do anyone. But the problem was, when you're playing against a player who's normally plays as a centre mid but was playing at right back, you got to use that as your advantage. But we didn't do that. We didn't do that.
And you had way more chances than they did in the entire game, really. You know,
we had more possession, we had more chances, but we just weren't clinical. We weren't clinical,
especially the second half. I mean, I think you got yourself back into it, didn't you?
Yeah, good play. Morgan Whittaker with a shot, and Ryan Hardy tapped in the rebound. It was a brilliant. Mm-hmm. It was a brilliant play.
Yeah,
we're switching from either end. Brilliant pass through to Morgan Whittaker. Shoots, Ruddy parries it, and it goes straight to Hardy. It was a nice goal. The limbs were absolutely phenomenal.
I rate that Stansfield goal, because to have the courage in the bottle to actually flick it over and then smash it in the dying seconds is so much pressure, and he's on his own as well with about two of your defenders.
It pains me hearing that name. It just pains me hearing that name.
It was a well taken goal, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, of course, it had to be him, though, didn't it? It had to be him.
Oh yeah,
fucking him. And that's the annoying thing. It had to be fucking Jay Stansfield.
Niall Ennis will score against his with Pan.
By the way, I'm just going to say this out there to all of the Argyle fans that was saying mean comments about Jay Stansfield and all that. Just really, what's the point? Honestly, what is the point? And it's
not going to make any difference, is it?
It's not going to make any difference. No, it's not going to make any difference at all. You not play tidy until that final ball. As the XG stat, we were the far more dangerous team. Yeah,
the likes of him will be. He'll be loving it.
Yeah.
He'll have loved it.
But do you know what? Do you know what respects me about your team, though, John, as a whole? The way you dominated us on the counter. You played very, very well on the counter. Scott Hogan kept our defense all over the place that most of that game. And so did that Anderson as well. Honestly, Jesus Christ, he was so rapid. He kept that defense on their toes the whole game. Got them running all over the shot, and that Miyoshi as well. They were brilliant. They were absolutely brilliant. Definitely players to keep an eye on for the whole season.
Joined them from Blackpool. I remember we were playing against Blackpool, and he was playing, and I can see why you're saying that, because every time he got the ball, it was a bit like a Adama Traore, really, when he was a boy. Like every time he got the ball, he just literally turned quickly and just shot down the field, and it was so difficult to keep up with him. He is a pain in the ass. The only thing with him, though, is he doesn't seem to get many goals or assists. That's the only thing. Yeah. He doesn't get many goal involvements. Or he hasn't had many in recent times. But, Scott Hogan, well, I had a feeling Scott Hogan or Stansfield or even Jukovic was going to score. I'm surprised.
Scott Hogan did score, but it wasn't brilliant. To be honest, let's be honest here. I'm going to talk about that first goal as well. Do you think, chat, that we should have had a foul just before Scott Hogan scored? Do you think that should have been a foul on? I think it was Dan Scar where he got pushed over before the goal.
I'd have to.
I think because a lot of Argyle fans were saying that should have been a foul. A lot of other people saying it should have been a foul. I didn't really have a clear look at it. I didn't clearly see it myself, but.
Because
I can't really say much on it, but I think a lot of people were saying it should have been a foul, it should have been brought back. But it's Let me know what you all think about it. But honestly, Scott Hogan, yeah, it just shows why he's a brilliant striker. Fair play, honestly. That was Anderson's best game for us. You were lucky. Dembele was injured. The amount of room you. Oh yeah, we left you so much room. We left you so much room on that side.
You can't afford to do that in this league, mate. Oh, here we go. Let me have a look. I haven't, because I didn't see it.
Your defenders reaction. He made such a meal of it against a midget. The ref was never going to give it. Fair enough. Fair enough. Because I couldn't clearly see it properly from where I was standing.
Oh,
fair enough, John. Wait there.
I'll take over for the minute. I'm just having a look at the goal here because I.
Yeah.
Nah, I mean they're both going to go for the header, but I don't know if there is a slight nudge or whether he just out muscles him and he falls to the floor. Nah, the Birmingham City play, the Birmingham City play, or Scott Hogan, sorry, is just too strong. I mean, it's a well worked goal.
It is a well worked goal, yeah. We need a decent striker. We do, Terry. I hope that we do end up getting Josh Coburn in. Yeah. I really hope we get Josh Coburn through the door, and I just hope we can get him in quick as possible.
Can I say, by the way, your team got caught out by one long ball from the goalkeeper.
Yep.
Headed
that's what Birmingham City were doing in that second half. That's what they were doing for most of the second half. Long balls over the top.
I'm watching that goal back a few times. Right, who's 29? Is that was that your left back, number 29? I can't remember.
29. Let me have a look. Number 29.
He's called now.
29. Kesler Hayden was our 29.
He stood waiting for the whistle and then realised it wasn't going to be given, and then he starts running again.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't
know. It's very weird.
You've got about 5 players all standing still, and then as soon as they get into the penalty area, everyone starts going back.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, I can't lie. Oh, Jesus. That is shocking defending.
Yeah, it was shocking.
It is a really good goal. But that's
But the problem was as well, just before that, I think it was either Ryan Hardy or somebody else decided to just go for a pop shot. When he didn't even need to go for a pop shot, he could have just held onto the ball and just played for the draw. But he just decided to just go for a pop shot and just give him a goal kick. I don't understand why you would do that. And it's really, really, it's ridiculous why he done that. But hey ho, what can you do? But we're gonna go to player ratings now. If you want to get involved, put your player ratings in the comments below, and we're gonna go through them one by one. Obviously, we will be going through other stuff as well.
Oh, is it that new Mitoishi or whatever his name is? They got the assist. Oh yeah. So it's basically a 1-2 from Hogan. It was basically a 1-2, wasn't it? Really. Hogan headed it to. Did he? Scott Hogan heads it. Oh no, no, it's not. Sorry. So Scott Hogan heads it to Anderson. Sees the one of Miyoshi. That's how you pronounce him.
Miyoshi, yeah.
Sees the overlapping one of Miyoshi. He plays across to face a goal, and well, I'm not gonna lie, Kesler Hayden's too slow to slide in for that. If he slides in, any earlier, then Scott Hogan wouldn't score that. But exactly. You cannot let a player like Scott Hogan just run straight through you willy nilly.
Yeah.
A shocking defense.
Very poor. It was very poor, and it's heartbreaking, really, but it was our own fault. It's our own fault for our own downfall.
You'll find this out with a lot of the games this season. And I think I think the same goes for the likes of you, probably Liam and Jack. You've got that used to winning games in League One that well, I'm not saying all three like this, but some of the Argyle fans as well will probably be thinking that they won't. They'll end up. They'll be thinking, "Oh, these are games that we can win." Blah 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 blah. Or we should be getting at least draws. Like you're going to lose a lot of games in this league.
Yeah. Exactly.
Even
this is also why I said to Liam and Jack that.
Look at Leeds, top team like Leeds that have come down. I'm saying top team championship wise because they always bossed the championship. A team that's come down, Southampton as well. They've all found it difficult in the league. Like it's so unpredictable, and this is what happens.
Yeah, it's a very unpredictable league.
Switched on. You have to stay switched on until the final whistle. One lapse in concentration defensively, and the same happened against Southampton as well. You switch off for 1 second, bang, you've conceded. The Southampton one, you didn't defend very well from the corner, conceded. Yeah. And the second goal,
it was a good save, but it just he was in the right position and it fell to him. Something the second goal, but it was a good save. It was a good save from Hazard, but nothing we can do about it. We caught you cold for the first 20. We really should have been a couple up. Anderson had a great couple of chances after Hogan's goal. He did. He really did. And with you not scoring them goals, John, if you would have gone 2-0 up, we would have never been in that game. We would have never been in that game from the get-go. That second half would, if we would have drew that game, that second half would have been the ultimate reason why we actually got a point in that game. We played so well that second half. We basically mostly dominated that whole nearly that whole second half. You had good chances as well. To be fair. You had really good chances, but that second half we dominated possession. We had the better chances. We was mostly in your half for most of the second half. You broke us down over the top through ball, and you got the goal that won it for you. And honestly, fair play. But how are you, Stevie? How are you? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing very, very well. I always ask myself whether it is the defense switching off in the last minute or the attack not making the quality shots.
I think when you get
it's probably both, Ryan.
All the added time and stuff, the players on the pitch start to get tired, start to lose a bit of energy.
The added time, you've got to get used to it. You've got to get used to the amount of added time. This is football now.
But really, I think really it's your defence. I don't think it's necessarily your attack.
I think
your attack is good. Your attack's good. The likes of Mumba, Whittaker, and Ryan Hardy as a front three is, I think, very good. I would never have thought of Mumba being a left winger. I've always thought of more as a left back behind because that's sort of his original position. Yeah. So
the thing is with Bally Mumba, he was like it last year as well. He's like Kesler Hayden this year. He pushes up way too much.
Yeah.
I feel like his left winger position suits him a lot more because he can express himself a lot more. He's better as an attacking player and he can get more involved in the game. I feel like he's way better as an attacking winger. Ironically, I thought once you scored in the last 10 minutes, we actually looked more likely. You struggled to deal with Duke winning the ball and holding it up. Yes, I noticed that. that.
He's very good at holding up the play.
I
liked Lucas when he was at Lucas. I liked Lucas. Sorry, I nearly said Jukas Lukovic instead.
Oh dear.
That's an interesting name, not?
That's a very interesting name.
Appreciate that, not. No, I liked Lucas. A lot of Borough fans, I think, liked him when he was with Borough years ago. He had a good eye for goal, and he was very good at holding up the ball. And he's no different really at Birmingham. And the likes of him. I mean, there's a lot of competition for strikers at the moment. Because obviously, you now got Jay Stansfield, and he's having to battle it out with Scott Hogan and Lucas Jukovic for the strike position. It's difficult because you've got three decent strikers really. Scott Hogan probably edges it. For me, I think Scott Hogan he's one of those players who just always in the right place at the right time. And he always seems to score. He scores loads. He's been scoring loads of goals over the years for the likes of Birmingham City. So really, it's difficult. It's difficult to say really who's likely to be I mean, for me, I'd say it's difficult to decide who's going to be your number one striker. But I think most likely it's Scott Hogan, you know, and also Keshi Anderson. He's a cracking player. I just think Blackpool.
Dog.
What?
Goodness me, this dog outside just does not want to shut up.
Oh, you want to be sat here with my bloody window open. It's the same here.
Honestly, I can hear it even with my windows closed. Only 4 games in, still hurts, but we will lose games this season. Just enough points to stay in the league will be fine. We had a lot of praise from fans of other clubs. No way we are going down. Well, definitely stay there.
To be honest, though, you've been unlucky, haven't you? You've been really unlucky because the game against Southampton, yeah, you probably deserved a point against Southampton, even though Southampton did boss the second half. But against Birmingham, Birmingham, you should have got at least a result from.
We should have got a point.
Bit of magic from Jay Stansfield, and that's all it really takes,
And like I always say, quality. If you have the good quality, they can win you games when you least expect it at the perfect times. Like Che Adams, for example. And yeah, you can say, really, Jay Stansfield isn't really the type of quality player you would see in a championship, but he made the difference. He came on and scored. So need some wins ASAP. Need to take our chances, be more ruthless, and improve our game management. Yes, Argyle 83, definitely.
I never said I didn't say he scored a goal recently, but he's been scoring goals over the years, is what I said.
Yeah. Mumba is making a real name of himself at this level. He definitely is, Stevie. I agree with you. Mumba is now definitely expressed himself a lot more, and he's becoming the type of player that I expected him to be. Last season, he was playing in a position where I don't think he was more comfortable playing a little far back. He was more comfortable pushing further upfield and getting more involved in the game and on the attacking side.
Yeah,
that's what he's more better at, and I feel like he will really play well this season. He's been brilliant.
I hate to say this to you, by the way. But it wouldn't surprise me if you draw against Blackburn because of a last-minute equaliser.
Don't fucking say it, please. Can we
to be honest with you, it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me. You're like the opposite.
Can we just ban 2 bans? Can we ban 2 words now? 3 words. Last-minute winners. Can we ban them, please?
I didn't say last minute.
We will get last-minute winners. Trust the process. As Harvey England says, without further ado, come on, you Greens. There you go. Always find it interesting when people say Hogan scores goals. That was his first goal since February. Fuck me. Madness.
I didn't realize.
Mumba looks a real deal, must admit. I'm amazed Norwich let him go. Exactly the same as us, John. How we got him for £1 million is fucking nuts. I still can't believe to this day we got him for £1 million. It's ridiculous. He's what you would say realistically. He's worth probably like 5 times more than that. I'm not even joking. How good he was for us last season. He's way worth more than 1 million. You'd probably say like 5. We thought his value would be around 10 mil, and we got him for 1. Like, it's bloody crazy. Mumba just didn't get the luck in the past to get noticed, but he is a top level player. Just didn't have the luck in Norwich, yeah. And I feel like as well, all of the players that's at Norwich right now are just are probably thought up the levels above him, and he wasn't going to get a chance. So it's unlucky that he didn't get a chance, but very lucky for us that we actually managed to get a player in like him.
He's been a bit. He's made a difference really for you.
He has. He's made a massive difference to this club from last year, this year. He deserved Player of the Season last year for us, and he deserves every reward he got because he was he was my favourite player last season, but he was easily the best player I've seen at Argyle in quite a long time, and Morgan Whittaker since Graham Carey, hands down, and Ruben Limeiras, and they were both good players. And I'm so happy to watch these 2 players because they're both quality. They're both absolutely quality. How many last minute past 90 did we get last season? Wednesday, Shrewsbury, Ipswich. Yeah, I think we did get quite a lot. I think we did get more 90+ minute winners. I think.
You didn't get a winner against Sheffield Wednesday.
We did. We won 2-1. We won in the last minute. We won in the last minute at home park. Sam Cosgrove.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah. I think it's just the fact we found our level. Yeah. All right, let's get the player ratings because we'll end up being here all day. But player ratings wise, Hazard 5.6. 5.6. See, Hazard, I would probably give him a little bit higher. His distribution was good and he was comfortable at the back. Sad that he did concede the 2 goals, but I would probably give him a 6 or 6.5. I don't think you could really rate him that high. Obviously, he did concede the 2 goals, but obviously they weren't mainly his fault. It was due to the defense, but I thought his distribution was good, and he did end up making the saves that he did have to make, which is absolutely fair enough. And I think 6.5 is fair enough. Joe Edwards has 7. See, I don't know about that. I don't know about Joe Edwards. I thought he was all right in that game. And the thing is, this is going to haunt us for most of the season. Are we really going to have to go into the market for a new right back and really look about for a player that can that is quick enough and has the speed and has the stamina to play in a championship? And I'm going to give him probably the same as Hazard. I'm going to probably give him the same as Hazard. I just feel like I'm going to back him. I'm going to back him no matter what. But I just feel like we will need a player like who's quick and who can actually get things playing the speed in this league. At the current state, success may come if we can take total use of the numbers of shots we made, just like West Ham, since there's some chances that have gotten here make the keeper wet, to be honest. Yeah, I just hope we can get Josh Coburn in very, very quickly. That's all I hope for. Simple as that. Dan Scar. See, Dan Scar and Gibson, I'm probably going to give them the same. I'm probably going to give them a 6. I'm probably going to give them a 6. Because obviously you could probably say Gibson was at fault for that Jay Stansfield goal, leaving him leaving him from the long over the top through ball and not defending it properly. You can blame him for that. And Dan Scar as well should have been a lot more better and dealt with it a lot better. Yeah, there's some people saying it should have been a foul, but you've got to really man up. Really, that's all I can say. Simple as that. As long as we stick with the process, then yes, we will stay up. I'll say 17 would be a good season. I agree. I said 17 for 18 for since the start of the season. Stevie, you think we'll continue? No, not League One. We're Championship, mate. Funny. All right. Kesler Hayden, 7 again. See, you could see he was at fault for the last goal. He was at fault for the last goal. And obviously, you will have to say that he will need to get used to playing in defence, because sometimes he does press high up the field and he does leave quite a lot of open gaps. And that's really going to cause us problems this season. I'm probably going to give him the same as Joe Edwards, 6.5. They were all right. But yeah, I think you will survive this season, but that defence needs work. You will get beaten up by sides like, I think
your defence definitely needs.
This is why I think in the second half, we bought off Kesler Hayden. We went back to a free back in that second half. I think there was like 20 minutes to go. We bang on Pleggy. We bang on Plegozello with 20 minutes to go.
Also last season.
Wait, what?
Didn't you play free back last season?
Yeah, we did. We played a free back with 2 wing backs. Yeah.
Then why change it?
Because the thing is with Shuey, I feel like he wants to play a more he wants to play we did switch to a 4-2-3-1 for some games last season, and we did play in the 4-3-2-1. I think this season we are playing a 4-3-3. It's a weird one. I like I said at the start of the season, I don't know why we're switching to a 4-3-3. We had more stability and more control of the ball when we was playing a free back. I feel like if you want to play controlled football and stability this season, Probably stay as a free back. Stay as a free back. But a fullback, I don't think we'll be used to playing as a fullback.
I'll get more defensive.
And we was a team that would like to press high at the field and catch teams off guard. Like we done it against Ipswich last season at home. They were playing from the back and we pressed high up field. We were a team that liked to press high up the field. We done that against Birmingham City in the second half. But
Niall Ennis scored both of them goals.
Who against?
The Ipswich game.
The Ipswich game. No. Ballymumber and Morgan Whittaker scored.
That was Whittaker, sorry.
Yeah, Morgan Whittaker and Ballymumber with the goals.
I knew one of your goals was a brilliant strike.
Oh, it was Morgan Whittaker. It was an absolutely brilliant goal. We need to be a bit more streetwise, John. I feel we got bullied off the ball in the first half Saturday, and I also feel the manager was playing for a point with them subs. Yeah, I agree with you. Game management needs to be better. Every point is crucial. Yep. We are decent off the ball so far. I think we are one of the best in the division at winning the ball back in the opposition half. I agree. Streetwise is a good way to explain it. Yeah, definitely. Adam Randall. See, I would say a 7. I thought he was good in the midfield the other day, but I definitely think bringing him off though was the best decision. Who did he come on for? Who did he come off for? Matt Butcher. To be honest, really, if you think about it, I thought Adam Randall played better than Matt Butcher. I feel like he brought on Matt Butcher to try and secure the point. I think. In the 74th minute as well, you could see that he brought him on to keep the game hold and keep the point.
You cannot try and defend for a point 15 minutes before the match. The match. If it's maybe if you've only got like added time or something, then yeah, possibly. But realistically, in a league like this, you cannot just play for a point. Because what will happen is exactly what's happened on Saturday. You'll switch off at one point and then concede. You've got to just go. You've got to go for it because it's a very unforgiving league. This is. If you switch off for 1 minute, you'll concede.
Yeah,
and definitely. Especially if you do that against the likes of Norwich and Leeds, you will get shot on.
If Wright was to start, would it make an impact? You could possibly say yes, but I thought Finn Azaz was actually all right this game. He played better in this game than he did Palace.
Will you start a weaker team? You think you'll start a weaker team, or do you think he's actually going to go for it against Palace?
He will probably go for it against Palace. I think he will probably play Plegozello. If he doesn't play Plegozello, then I'll be questioning myself about is he going to go for the same defense, or is he going to go for like a different formation? I don't know. Right now, Shuey's a manager that loves to rotate his team quite a bit. He does like to rotate his team quite a bit.
No, yeah, and that's fair enough. You know, their fitness is important. You can't play the same team week in, week out because and then what you do? Sorry. If you've got injuries, then the injuries just end up piling up.
Obviously, last season
you have a team.
Last season, our injury list was absolutely atrocious, and our depth was a main struggle last season. Our depth was very, very low. We was resulting to playing youngsters, obviously Finley Crask. We had to resort to playing other youngsters in, and obviously look at Michael Cooper. We had to bring in Callum Burton for most of the season, and then Dan Scarr got injured, and now this season, both backup centre backs, Gillespie and Galloway's both injured before the season even started.
Surely Gillespie would have been your starting centre back.
I don't think so. Actually, I think it would have been Gibson and Scarr or Pleggy right in front of him. I think. I think they still would have been in front of him, but I think he's more of a backup centre back now. Randall, yeah, I think Randall though he deserves a 7. The yellow card probably brings it down a bit. Jordan Houghton, let's be honest here. When he got that head injury, I thought he was going to go off, but he played on with that head injury, mate. what a warrior he is, honestly. And I feel like he does deserve player of the match because honestly, he played on. I thought he was gonna go off. He had to play on with a bandage around his bloody head. Like Jesus Christ, proper warrior. He's a proper warrior, and I thought he did play well most of that game as well. And a lot of people criticize him. A lot of people say, "Is he really good enough for this league?" Houghton is good enough. You just got to give him time because he's a player that's been at Argyle. I remember when he was at Argyle in 2016, and then moved off, and then came back. And he is a good midfielder. You've just got to give him time. And I don't think he has played in the Championship before. If I'm wrong, you can criticize me. But honestly, he is a good player. But you just got to give him a bit of time. And I feel like he does deserve player of the match of this game. And I thought he played very, very well in that midfield. I'm going to give him a 7.5. As soon as he brought on Butcher, I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, he is going for the point. Exactly, Steve. I don't know why you would bring on Butcher when Randall was so comfortable in that midfield on Saturday, and I thought he was easily one of the better players at pulling off the long balls, being comfortable in the ball, and driving the ball up the field. I don't understand why you bring on Matt Butcher. He's a DM, and you're bringing on a DM. You're bringing on a DM for a centre mid. I don't understand. Finazaz, but yeah, Houghton I'm going to give a 7.5. If Finazaz, I think that was his best game on Saturday. 7 again. I thought he was good, but you've got to be honest, you've got to give Callum Wright more game time because Callum Wright's probably been the better player so far for instead of Finazaz. And then the final 3, Ryan Hardy, Mumba, and Whittaker. You've got to give Ryan Hardy a 7.5 for the goal. Fair enough. He was there at the perfect time. And he obviously, I think that was probably one of the couple touches he had that game. But honestly, he was in the right position at the right time and he got his goal. And he scored 3 goals now in the Championship already. Fair play, honestly. And I'd never thought Ryan Hardy would have bagged that many goals this so far. Houghton impressed me. He was up against a quality player in Bailey. Yeah, he proved himself. He really proved himself, John. Really did. And then Whittaker, 7.5 again. Honestly, Whittaker, he caused that defence so many problems, like he usually does. He always causes the defence problems. Maybe the couple of chances he had in that game, maybe he could have bagged himself a goal, but he was very, very unlucky, and he was coming up against a decent keeper in Ruddy, and he was against a very solid defence that game. And then Ballymumba, you also got to give him a 7.5 as well. He also caused that defence problems, and I just felt like, why didn't we push the ball out to his side most of that game? Their defence couldn't handle him. They couldn't handle him, and he kept the defenders on their toes nearly most of the game, and I don't understand why we bought him off. Well, yeah, you're bringing on Mikael Miller, but Mikael Miller is a good player as well. But Ballymumba we should have kept him on. I'm sorry, but I think we realistically should have kept him on. Sorry to say. Hardy going for a miracle goal from 50 yards, head on hand moment. They need to close the game out better. Some of the players were not even and had to say. So it was Hardy.
Was the keeper out of goal?
So it was Hardy that pulled off the shot. I probably might give him a 7 now for that, because I don't understand why he would shoot from such a ridiculous distance with a couple seconds to go. Why would you do that? Just hold on to the ball.
Just to try.
Game management. They need to learn that. Game management. They need to learn that.
Just trying to get the ball in properly into their half, really.
Yeah. It's not like we're in League One anymore, where you can just probably get away with stuff like that. You can. It's a different level. We're a level higher now, and it's a more dangerous league, and you can't get away with stuff like that. Period. The fact Bacuna got in the EFL Team of the Week a right back more than highlights where your attack went wrong. The whole right-hand side was makeshift. Exactly. Yes. Yeah.
So, by listening to these ratings, because obviously I can't really have a say, because I don't support Argyle until I wasn't at the game. I wasn't seeing it. So
it's just ridiculous.
It
It's
sounds
just
like
ridiculous,
sounds
honestly.
like you've got the same problem as us. Where you're decent going forward, you're finding goals from here and there, but you can't defend.
Yeah,
and that's the same with
it's
us.
just our defence that's just letting us down right now.
We're starting to find 1 or 2 goals from somewhere, and then we're conceding a million. Oh, bye! So I'm playing FIFA at the same time. Right.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, 100% Stevie. And then the subs, we're going to go through them pretty quickly because they obviously they came on with 50 minutes to go. Matt Butcher, 6. Plagazello, we did see a bit of snippets from him. We need to see him play more. I'm going to give him a 6, but we need to see him. We need to see Plagazello play more, 100%. Callum Wright, 6, and Mikael Miller, 6. Schumacher rating wise for the game, you're probably going to give him a 7, 6.5. You shouldn't really. He did make a couple of mistakes bringing on Matt Butcher and bringing on a couple more players at the end of the game, trying to hold on to the point. It was a pretty bad mistake. Shouldn't really be doing that. My honest opinion, you shouldn't really be doing that with 15 minutes to go. It's a no-no. In this type of league, you can't really do that. Haven't seen the Baggies versus Borough highlights. I'd say Borough have more defensive issues than Plymouth.
No,
Really,
I know about
John?
that. Yeah, I know about that. But I was saying, what I said is Argyle similar to Borough?
Yeah.
They're finding, they're doing okay going forward, being a bit creative, just not finishing the chances. They're getting 1 or 2 goals from games, but they just can't defend. And it's similar with Borough, really. I mean, with Borough, though, we just, we can't score. I say we can't score. We're starting to find 1 or 2 goals from somewhere.
Yes, Stevie. It's just a matter of closing games out.
We need to score more goals than we are. And defensively, we're just all over the shop, so it is what it is, though. But, I'm sure Carrick will probably do something anyway about it. We are trying to make 1 or 2 signings here and there. We've made 10 signings, but barely any of them have done much so far. So but then again, it's early days. I mean, the old saying, it's early days, things might hopefully work out in the end. But it happened last season, really. It happened last season. We were just shocking defensively last season, and look where we were. We were in the bottom 3 at about November time. Chris Wilder went, Carrick came in, and then we finished in the top 6. So this is the thing. You could be bottom of the league and then finish in the top half very easily because, a lot of teams, most of the teams go on inconsistent runs, and the teams like Borough, normally with Borough, we do well and then we fall apart sort of Christmas to March time. Only at the minute we're doing bad, and then you never know, we might do all right at Christmas and onwards. So it just depends. It just depends, really. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
With Argyle, right. I think Argyle have had a decent start, really. You got a draw at Watford.
Yeah,
you got a
I
win.
thought that was a very, very good draw.
That was a great result for you, really. Probably a game you could have won, really, in the end, but you won again.
In my opinion, with that Watford game, in that Watford game, any team could have won it. It was a very open game. Any team could have won that game, and I think a draw wasn't fair enough. I think a draw was fair enough. Any team could have snatched it, but both defenses were very, very solid.
I mean, 1 win, 1 draw, and obviously 2 defeats. I think for your first four games as a newly promoted side, some of your fans may disagree, but if I was a newly promoted side who, haven't been in the Championship for 13 years,
you would 13 years since 2010.
You would probably take 4 points out of 12 because you've actually
If we get a draw or a win against Blackburn, I wouldn't mind it.
You got a good win against Huddersfield, and I know Huddersfield haven't been exactly brilliant. You've had a very, very good, I'll say, away point at Watford. certainly for a newly promoted side to get a point at Watford is not easy. And the 2 games that you've lost, agonisingly at the end against Southampton and Birmingham, you've actually played rather well in there. So, really, 4 points out of 12. 4 points out. No, is it 4? Yeah, it is 4 points out of 12.
4 points, yeah.
My maths brain's gone to bed, I'm afraid. 4 points out of 12 for a newly promoted side, and considering you've actually played well across the 4 games, and you've only and it's only really been 1 or 2 slip-ups in the latter stages of matches. It's really cost you big.
That's let us down, which is very annoying.
I wouldn't say 4 points out of 12 is a bad result, really.
It is a good result. Like Stevie
you could be Wednesday, yeah.
Like Stevie in the chat said,
at least you didn't concede a penalty tonight.
Like Stevie said in the chat, you could be this team.
Come on, Wednesday!
There you go. You could be that team at £45 a ticket. Like, fuck me, man. £45 a ticket.
Yeah.
Of course, the fans are complaining.
Yeah, I'm afraid Leeds away fees will most likely be expensive.
It probably.
I mean, Leicester's average price is about 30 odd. Leicester's average price is 34, 35 quid. I think Leeds are charging Sheffield Wednesday 47 quid.
Fucking no, that's just ridiculous.
They're just the money grabbers.
Yeah, they are money grabbers. Honestly.
Yeah, we did well. We did really well on the predictions this week.
Yeah, but thank you all so much for sticking around. By the way, it's been an hour. We're going to quickly go through our predictions. I'm just going to say the scores because obviously it's been an hour, and obviously I'll go and just to point
out, it normally it wouldn't be. Normally, it wouldn't just be Harvey and me, obviously, because I'm the only reason I've come on really is because Harvey's got because no one's on today. So normally you'd have Jack and Liam and probably Harvey England. I probably wouldn't be involved in it. I do get involved sometimes, though. It is what it is. Depends if I'm busy or not. I do sometimes get involved, but I'm not like you sort of out and out co-host or
co-host,
or panelist. So really, I'm only on today just to sort of give Harvey a bit of company because he's had a bit of a stressful day with different things because I've been on call with him earlier on.
Yeah,
it's
all good, and
it's all fine now. So it normally you wouldn't have me on.
Thank you for liking the stream, by the way. Yeah. Thank you for liking the stream, everyone. By the way, we're on 5 likes right now.
Any fans watching?
10 likes would be brilliant.
Apologies if anyone's watching by it and they think I don't know much about Plymouth. Well, unfortunately, I'm not a Plymouth fan, I'm afraid, so I can't really.
Yes, there you go.
I can't really voice my opinion.
Yes, he is all good, Stevie. He's all good. He's all good. He has messaged me. He's all good.
Sort of.
So yeah. There you go. Yeah. I don't even know how much we charge for away fans. I don't know how much we charge for away fans. So there you go. How are you, Caitlin? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing very well.
I think you charged 30 quid, didn't you, for the Plymouth game?
I don't know. I really don't have a clue. But for predictions wise, chat, the winner this week again is Liam. He has won yet again, for fuck's sakes. Can someone please stop this man from winning every single week? I swear to God. Okay, whoever wins next week, you can have a free dinner off me. I don't give a shit, honestly. Because I want someone to beat Liam so badly. Because honestly, it's getting boring that he wins every goddamn week. Like honestly, I would happily bring in 10 fucking people and actually get them all to join the Argyle Way prediction so someone can actually win. Genuinely, because it's getting mental now. And good that Liam's not in here because he'd be like, "Oh, what do you mean you?"
Ow, crime off.
Yeah, exactly.
Ow, crime off. Yeah.
I love how you love football. That's all we need to know. It's good to have someone looking in from the outside to bring in some perspective. Exactly, Stevie, and that is why we get other fans on. Woo! Let's be honest, we all predicted for Ipswich to win.
Obviously, when it comes to Ipswich to win in Borough in November, that's going to be fun.
Yes, we all predicted Ipswich to win. And obviously for the predictions contest in the Discord, Josh Russell and Liam won on there. Fucking Liam again. Just fuck off.
Yeah, and Liam also mine and all. Liam won on mine as well. 10 points out of 48 on mine. And he won it. Like, was poor.
Can someone please stop this, man? Honestly, it's getting on my nerves. It's getting on my nerves, honestly.
It's so boring.
Getting boring now. Oh, Jesus. But thank you all for liking the stream, liking everything. We're on the up right now, and honestly, I couldn't thank you all enough. It's absolutely fantastic, the amount of support we're getting right now. It's absolutely incredible. Let's just keep it going, and I think we could potentially bring you the Crystal Palace preview. I don't know what's going to happen with it yet. We might do it, or we might leave it, and we might bring you some other stuff. We'll see what happens with that.
Just for the Brum fan in the chat, by the way, you are charging 30 quid for adults, and bloody hell, you've only given Millwall an initial 1k. Then again, we're charging QPR 31 quid, and we've only given them 1k exactly, because they only ever bring about 700. Because their fans are absolutely.
My Twitter's broken. Sorry. My Twitter's broken right now. What is going on?
Oh, well, you mean X?
No, we'll never bring more than 1k usually. Ipswich will finish in the highest, but I think they will finish just outside the playoffs. They do look a strong team this season. I didn't really think that they would finish high this season, but honestly, watching the way they play,
so weird with all the construction. It just looks like it looks like a bloody non-league stadium. It just looks like a non-league terrace. Half of their stadium looks like a non-league terrace. It's so weird.
Yeah. Very, very weird. That's £30 isn't too bad, and they are still building some of the stands. So they will take their own vans into account. Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching this stream. It's been an hour and 8 minutes. It's been a brilliant stream. Thank you all for coming in and chilling. If you at 8 o'clock on Twitter, we will be doing a Twitter space. So if you want to jump on there at 8 o'clock, we will be doing a Twitter space with Nathan. If you I think you'll probably know who Nathan is on Twitter, the Green Army. If you want to join us for that and have your own chat.
Oh, I thought you meant Liam's dad.
For God's sakes.
I'm thinking I'm sure
if you want to join us for that. Our Twitter is in the description. Our Twitter link is in the description below, and you can jump on if you want. So let us know. It depends if Nathan is available at that time. But thank you all so much for watching the stream. If you want to join our Discord and enter into our prediction contests, I think it is weekly, our prediction contest as well. And if you want to try and beat Liam or anybody else, the link is in the description below. And at minute, yep, Darryl is top so far, so he's doing very, very well.
Which probably won't last very long, Liam.
True, Stevie. Yeah, true. You're not wrong, Stevie. Yeah, but honestly, you're all legends. We're on the rise. We're doing very, very well right now, and I'm very happy about the amount of support we're getting right now. So good luck for the rest of the season, John. I'm very excited, obviously, for you to come to Home Park later on in the season. It's going to be fantastic. But next one, Blackburn Rovers. It's not the return for Niall Ennis because he's injured, but he will. Obviously, he would have been making a homecoming, but he's injured, so he won't be able to play. But that'll be another good preview to do. We'll see you all then for that. We will potentially bring you some fan cams. Fan cams could possibly return for the Crystal Palace game. See how we get on with that. But we'll see you then. For only 4 games in. Yep, Stevie. See you all then. Goodbye. And we can't do the outro because Jack's not here. But let's back this team all the way this season. Come on. Let's go. See you all later and have a good rest of your day.
Bye.
What a lovely stream.
When they pull on the green, they're all jealous.